So in front of me today, I've got the Galaxy Buds Live, and I know I'm not the first one to do this, but I just got these as a kind of promotional thing with my Galaxy S20 FE, so I thought, why not try them out? At the price I got them for, they just made sense. So let me open it up and give you guys a look at it, and I really wish they just called these the Galaxy Beans, because that's what they look like. They look like little beans, and that would have been a much better name. So, okay. I opened this off, and this just dropped off right there, so it dropped in. So let me see what this is all about. It says Samsung at the top. Most likely documentation. That's what we expect, nonetheless, nowadays. So, and of course, quick start guide. Really, who cares? Okay, let's look at this. So, this case is tiny. I did not expect it to be this small. I just don't know what I expected. This is definitely a very small case, and it's got a odd design. I'll talk about that in a little bit. What else do we get? I think this is probably just the USB-C charger or the tips. All right, just the USB-C charger, and there are these two little ear grips, is what it looks like. So this is, I'm probably guessing it goes on for a better fit if it's not going to fit right out of the box. So that's the one thing I'm definitely concerned about with this, is what the fit is going to be like. I've heard a lot of things from other reviewers, but I just don't know how it'll fit with my own ears, because things are weird. The Galaxy Buds were awesome. They fit very well with my ears, but the AirPods still not really the best fit for my ears, so I really don't know where this will land. So let's look at the case for a second before I do anything else. And this is a very odd case design, because there's this kind of indent right there in the middle. It's kind of like all the way through, except on the back near the hinge, which is weird. So it does have the USB-C charger down there and wireless charging from the bottom. But overall, this is a pretty small case. It can, I can completely hide it in my fist almost. So quite a tiny case. And let's open it up and see what's inside, of course. Okay, so there we go. Indicator light right there. And there we go. Those are our beans. They look quite shiny, and they are in person too. They're quite reflective. So I pulled them out over here. Pull this out as well. Close them up. And let me just put it right in my ear. I have no idea how this is supposed to work. Let me see if... All right, so right ear, I'm going to put it in. Is that it? Is that how it goes in? I think so. All right. So they are in, but they don't feel that good. They feel pretty weird. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to give these a little bit of a test drive, and then give you guys a better review after I've used them for a little bit, just to tell you guys what the fit is like, what the everything, the quality, and it's all like. And of course, this is supposed to have noise cancellation, but from what I've heard, probably not the best. So we'll all figure that out in a couple of minutes after I've done a little bit more testing with these. Okay, so I have spent some time officially with the Galaxy Buds Live, and I have a couple of thoughts on them. So right off the bat, this box is super tiny. This is actually, in width, it's less than the AirPods Pro, but it is thicker than the AirPods Pro as well. So, I mean, there's a give and a take. I personally would have liked something a little bit thinner, but wider, because this is a lot more obvious when it's in your pocket than the AirPods are. You know, it's a give and a take. Some people are going to prefer this, some are going to prefer that. Personally, I would like a little bit of a slimmer case, even if it's a little bit bigger. Now, there are a second pair of little tips that go onto the top of this, the Galaxy Buds Live, right at the top over here. That is interchangeable. They do give you a second pair of those in the box, but really doesn't do much. It does help them sit a little bit more comfortably, and it does definitely reduce that plastic fatigue, like that pain from the hard plastic in your ear, but really it doesn't do a lot more than that. The thing is, you know, with this design, it is all plastic, and the negative side of all plastic is, especially in your ear, is that it starts to hurt after a little bit. So after about 20 to 30 minutes of usage, or even sometimes immediately when I put them in, I start to feel the discomfort, and that hard plastic definitely is not for everybody. I really don't like it personally. I'd much rather prefer, just having those tips that go in and kind of form a seal with those plasticky buds like the Galaxy Buds or AirPods Pro have. I just don't like the hard plastic, which is why I've never bought the original AirPods and kept them, because that hard plastic just wasn't comfortable for my ear. Just the lack of rubber wings and tips and that kind of seal that the Galaxy Buds and Buds Plus were able to achieve. It's just like, it makes a big difference in comfort, and it's unnoticeable. Like, that is something you can't go without noticing. It's just completely apparent. Another really bad thing about this is I really couldn't tell the difference between ANC being on or off. So ANC being active noise cancellation, I just couldn't tell the difference between the two. I have tried everything I could. I tried talking, I tried playing music in the background, and they both sound exactly the same. There is, like, even without noise cancellation on, there is a little bit of passive noise cancellation, just because it is, in your ear there all the way in. But honestly, there's no difference between the ANC on and off. It's like a failed placebo effect. Just to get a little bit of a sound effect when you turn those on, but really beyond that, I haven't been able to really find the difference between the two. And another thing I don't like about them personally, I'm sure other people might disagree with me, is the design. I think that the design is controversial, and it's honestly, the only reason this design exists is to be quirky. It doesn't seem to serve a purpose, and honestly it detracts, because the way it's designed, it causes issues, which I will talk about a little bit later. The passive noise cancellation, surprisingly enough, on the Buds, the normal ones, the Buds and Buds Plus, are actually better than the noise cancellation on this with ANC turned on. So I would prefer those. If you're going to look for active noise cancellation, those are probably a better bet than going for the Samsung ANCs. The mic quality is okay. It's a little bit better than the Galaxy Buds Plus, but it's still not as good as the AirPods Pro. I did compare them all. I recorded a couple of voice memos and heard them back to myself, and the Buds are definitely the most echoey, but even this is a little bit more echoey compared to the AirPods Pro, which are a lot better. It's just the mics have been a weak point on the Samsung earbuds in my history. When I've tested them, that's where I found them to be the weakest. But I think this is definitely improved compared to the Galaxy Buds. The bass is definitely higher here, and overall sound quality is just good. It does get louder than the Buds that I have, the first generation Buds, but it also does have trouble, I think, keeping things kind of more level and in check. Like, it feels, I'm not an audio expert, but it just doesn't feel as balanced and as clear as the Buds do. It does, like, there's a lot more of bass, and it's louder, but it doesn't feel like you hear all the music as much as you do on the Buds. I really apologize. I'm just not an audio expert, so I don't know the terms for this stuff, but I hope that gave you guys a little bit of an understanding of what I was trying to say. And another very annoying thing about this design is that there is absolutely no way for you to adjust these or take these off without you activating those touch controls. So even if they're slightly moved around in your ear and you have to adjust them, what will happen is you will either play, pause, you will skip the song, you will hold, press it, and turn off ANC or turn it on, or whatever you have the long hold set to. And it is frustrating. It is a drawback of this design. There is nowhere to grab onto on this Bud that you can do it without triggering those touch pads. It's just super annoying, and I don't know how that got through Samsung without anybody bringing it up, like, hey, this could be a potential problem, right? When customers try to adjust their thing. It's just, I don't know, it's crazy to me. It's just not very good for everyday usage, because you will get fed up of this so quick. I got fed up of it within 15 minutes. So I can't imagine somebody who's been using these all along. Like, how do you even deal with that? So frustrating. At least with the Galaxy Buds, you can, grab the top and the bottom. The touchpad is in the center, so there is a little bit of a way. There might be an accidental touch here or there, but it is possible to adjust those and remove those without activating that touchpad. But with these, there's just absolutely no chance of you doing that. It's always going to get activated, which is frustrating. Now, range is actually a little bit better than the Galaxy Buds, not by a lot, but it's just a tiny bit better. So I got I could get about 40 feet away from my phone with the Galaxy Buds, and with these I got about 43, 44 feet away, like a couple more steps away. I don't have an exact measure, I'm sorry, but it's just a few more feet away compared to that, but they are still lagging behind the AirPods Pro, which I could get at least 10 or 15 feet further away without any interruptions. And another thing is that even in open spaces, these are kind of limited to that 40 to 50 feet range compared to the AirPods Pro, which managed to go way further than that. The best example is on a basketball court. If I leave my phone on one corner of the basketball court with the AirPods, I can go all the way to the other end, like diagonal end of the court, and still have those connections stay put. And that's about 90 feet. Basketball courts are about 90 feet, I believe. So you get about 90 feet away without any issues. But the buds, about 3/4 of the way to the other end, you do start to lose the connections. Same with these. So take it as you will. These definitely don't have the same range that the AirPods do. But honestly, if you're not going to be, keeping your phone very far away from you for most of the time, it shouldn't impact you. Battery life is okay. It's not as good as I would want it to be. Samsung claims 6 hours in their testing. With my testing, I didn't keep them in for 3 hours, for 6 hours at a time. I just can't. These hurt too much. But from what I extrapolated, this will give me about 3 to 4 hours of listening time, active listening time, not 6 hours. So, I mean, it is, these battery numbers are always exaggerated, but real world usage is about 3 to 4 hours. So not great, but not bad at all either. So it's pretty average, so not that bad. So let's get to the verdict. Oh my God. Okay. If I was giving a choice between this, the Galaxy Buds Live, and the Galaxy Buds Plus, I would go for the Buds Plus, simply because they're more comfortable, and they just I like the way they sound a little bit more. It's just that the problem with this is the design. It's designed, honestly, doesn't serve any purpose besides causing trouble for me. The shape is irregular, which causes it to be painful in my ears. The lack of any rubber or something to make it a little bit more comfortable in my ear makes it so that I can't use these for long times without having my ear pain a lot. And I think that it's just it hinders usage, right? Even that touchpad being it's so hard to do anything with these without activating those touchpads. So overall, I think functionality and daily usage wise, the Buds Plus would just make a lot more sense. And honestly, at the price they sell at, I don't think that it's okay to complain too much about the ANC, but I should say this, that if you are looking to get ANC on your earbuds, don't even bother looking at these. These don't, it's, at this point, I'd say it's just fake advertising, to be honest with you. There's no difference. So if you want ANC, just go with the AirPods Pro or the Sony WF-1000 XM3s. Those are going to be much, much better for active noise cancellation compared to this. But if you just want wireless earbuds that have decent passive noise cancellation, these are not bad. So, at the price, I say I can let this slide a little bit, but don't buy these expecting to have great ANC. So what is my final recommendation on this one? I say go for the Galaxy Buds Plus. Honestly, they're $10 cheaper, they're more comfortable, and they have pretty much the same feature set that this does, barring active noise cancellation, which it actually does a better job of through passive noise cancellation anyway. So really, you're not losing anything there, and you're $10 cheaper. And I honestly think those look way better as well. So that's it for this one, guys. Let me know what you think of the Galaxy Buds Live if you have them, or let me know what you think of the Galaxy Buds Plus if you have those. Did you compare both of them when you were shopping, or did you just know you were going to get one or the other? Let me know down in the comments below. And again, if you have any questions about these or the Buds, feel free to ask down in the comments below. And if you haven't already, be sure to follow me on social media. I'll have all the handles right here on screen, and of course down in the description below. And if you want to check these out on Amazon, including the WF-1000 XM3 Sonys and the AirPods Pro, all of those are linked. The Amazon links are right in the description as well, so check that out. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll catch you in the next one.